two things together.
Oh,
One is
hey Tim, I'm going to kill you for your sleeping spot.
To improve our government
Sorry,
and our
man.
society, and the
Sorry,
other one is a selfish,
hip-hop
violent, crude act. They're
Okay.
incomparable.
Okay.
Extreme situations.
You're right to protest, right?
Craziness.
You have that right. Your right to assembly.
Until they make an ordinance against it.
And, you know, this don't look like an assembly. It looks like a bunch of people sleeping on something.
Well, that's part of the protest.
Over time, we still gather here. We hold the picket during the day, and we stay. And it's a visual, aesthetic, and an image that we come here and we do not move. And we're here for the rest of the week, and we'll be here next week. We're still open, and we're still ready to make a difference. But just because you think, it's cold and there are people laying down, it's late, is not assembly.
No, it's
that's
just
not the
there's
justice of endurance.
there's a city ordinance that you can't sleep with that. See? And okay. No, the federal rights to assemble.
It's an assembly, right?
No, they did say that it didn't affect any other laws, and it's still a law that you can be out here as long as you got 4 feet to walk. You know, they addressed that specifically, and I'm saying we've been here for weeks. Weeks and weeks and weeks.
We're not bothering anybody.
They've been out here every morning. Oh, okay, you guys know, don't be here, don't be here. Keep this walkway cool, do this. And Rice specifically said if anything changes.
Unless you can afford to pay for it.
And Officer Rice specifically said if anything changes, he'd let us know. He's the one assigned to us. And we've had a lot of interaction with Sergeant Brown, and when we were in front of Merrill Lynch, the captain came out one day. So, I mean, yeah.
I'm just making y'all aware of, there is a city ordinance. I didn't say I was going to take everybody to jail. Did I say I was going to take anybody to jail? I think I said I'm not going to take anybody.
All right, I'm just saying. You just used a comparison earlier, like murder to like somebody sleeps on the street.
Because he said
extremities, man.
Oh, it's cold out here. How you doing? I don't know if they really want to arrest or cite anybody on those new ordinances yet anyways, because you know they're immediately will get challenged. Because there's a necessity defense that's been successfully done in a bunch of different states. You know, that's why a lot of these ordinances are couched in different terms, like, you know, between certain time periods, you know, like sit-lie ordinances and, you know, anti-sleeping ordinances or whatever, because they have to have an avenue for the people that don't have nowhere to go to actually exist, you know. And that's what the council recognized. That's why they said all these laws don't precede any other or supersede any other ordinances, and that's referring to the one where you can be on a public sidewalk as long as there's the 4.5 feet. And they made that really clear, and we've been out here for weeks and weeks and weeks. And you know, that ordinance took effect February 15th. We've been out here every Monday since then. And every Monday they've come by and said the things that I've said. Oh yeah, you guys are all good, you know, as long as you keep these two, you know, doorways open, and you know. So I'm just gonna say, if there's a change in the game plan, it should go just like as agreed, and Officer Rice should say, hey, give us a heads up. You know, and that's what, and that's, I'm saying that's what.
You're only gonna follow us if we go somewhere else. If we pack up and go, you're only gonna go to that spot. So what do you do? What do you want?
It's a paradox. It's a paradox. Where do the poor people go? They're criminalized.
All I'm saying is,
The ordinance says you can't lay down on something constructed as a bed.
I know that.
Okay?
I'm with you.
That's all I'm saying.
And I agree. I know that. I'm aware of that, but it runs straight into the wall of the fact that if they're poor, they still have to sleep.
Yeah, that's the necessity defense.
That's why it's a law against nature. It doesn't even make sense. Not everybody can have a house in this country the way the system's built. We're out here with signs proving that. And most of the, it's like what he said, you know, even if we go somewhere else, they'll find us there.
Exactly.
It criminalizes the homeless.
Sign that way. And you're more in the same boat with us than you are for the elite or the people you're working for.
I understand
You're in
y'all's
the same boat
point
with
of
us.
view, but
He knows.
like, no, I gotta be neutral. I can't like.
This is not neutral.
It is. I'm making y'all
the law,
aware
the
of
law
the.
wasn't the law wasn't neutral. You might be.
I'm making y'all
But the
aware
law
of
was.
the city ordinance, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Have I asked anybody, where's your ID? I'm gonna go scratch out a ticket, or I will take you.
I appreciate it.
I'm making y'all aware of the ordinance. That's it. But I was instructed to have you take the stuff down from the tree in the park.
Next time I'll bring my bike so it's really a bike lock. Because the ordinance specifically addresses that you can't affix bicycles or other forms of transportation to city-owned property.
Mainly so it don't get stuck.
We're not here to
For
steal,
your
we're
own
here to
good.
sleep.
Well, all right. So, what do we come to? What's
Y'all are aware of the city ordinance.
And you're aware of our situation.
Yeah, I know why y'all here.
So what's the answer to our situation?
Just be aware there is a city ordinance. That's all I'm saying.
so there might be a possible enforcement coming by later. Is that?
Eventually they're going to say move or go to jail is what he's getting to. If they decide that.
I talked to you earlier.
About the hammock.